on to you Geminis. I'm so stupid. I accidentally made another Taurus video. I was so accustomed to making Taurus before I made Aries. I realized something right when I went to upload it, that I forgot you Geminis. How could I forget, right? Of course. So for you Geminis actually have the Three of Cups, the Sun, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Three of Cups and the Sun is all about how there's definitely some people that want some form of reconciliation between you and them. Yeah. It could be exes. It could be family members as well. It could be friends that want to reconciliate. They want to get back in your good graces. They want to be friends again, romantic interests again. They want you to actually be in their life, right? So there's a lot of friends. There's a lot of love around you Geminis. There's a lot of actual good communication going on. You know, before, you Geminis may have felt a little bit isolated, but now you Geminis are feeling like, you know, things are finally actually looking up, you know, for the better. And the Sun card is basically a representative of that. Your life is most definitely turning around for the better. And for the future as well. This is a signal that your life not only is turning around, or it looks like it's turning around long term. That's because it actually is. The Nine of Pentacles represents, and just remember Geminis, to smash that like button. But seriously though, remember Gemini, to always, right, have fun. You know, I know we've talked about a couple of serious topics here, but this is definitely more than likely going to be one of those readings that's a little bit more light, as far as weight, palatable, you know, for you, and something that you definitely are going to like, right? The Star card and the Eight of Pentacles represents you, Geminis also, right, are looking at your life, and you realize that, yes, your life is worth living, like I was talking about, but also you're not done. A lot of you Geminis are starting to wake up and understand that you have so much to live for, and that, you know, like I said before, your life is turning around, you know, because secretly a lot of the Geminis feel like they want to give up. You know, that's one thing that I've been noticing about Geminis, as far as deep down, you know, like I said before, I was in love with a Gemini before, you know, and like deep, like, you know what I mean? Like, really wanted to be with this Gemini. And one of the hardest things that the Gemini ever told me is they wish that they would have went to sleep and never woke up again. So that type of mentality, I know a lot of you Geminis think of that sometimes, but this is definitely not one of those times. You Geminis definitely do have a lot to live for. So you have to understand, don't get yourself so caught up with the delusion or the hardships of just because new things are challenging you, that somehow that's how life is going to be. I have a saying personally, right, where I live by, and the saying is, new levels, new devils. And that's something that you Geminis may want to take into consideration yourselves. And what it means when it says new levels, new devils, it means that every time you get to a new height, a new level, a new point in your life where things are turning around for the better, shortly after, you're going to have some sort of obstacle. And that's just how the foundation of life or existence works. It's you know, it's like stocks. It's meant to not only go where it is that it's intended to, right, which is higher, but it's also the challenge, if you essentially pass the challenge, or if you meet the challenge, is to sustain that growth. That's what the challenge represents. So now the Star card and the Eight of Pentacles, bing, that's my dog over there. But the Star card And the Eight of Pentacles, excuse me, the Eight of Pentacles represents, like I said, things are looking up for you for the better. And, you know, your friends and, you know, you may not necessarily have romantic interest. I mean, maybe you do. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, regardless of whatever you Gemini's situation is, whether it's friends, family, romantic interest, whether it's a combination of the 3, 2, 1, whatever it is, you Geminis, these people are bringing in a lot of value to you, right? The Eight of Pentacles, a lot of wealth. A lot of you Geminis see yourselves as wealthy because you have so many people. And it's not even about the quantity, excuse me, of people. It's the quality, the fact that a lot of those people actually do care about you, and that you're looking forward to what the future has to hold. You know, a lot of times, sometimes people will be like, is that all it is that you talking about, is dating and relationships? No, I talk about love. And sometimes love can also represent self-love as well. So I'm not just talking about love like that, you know, just love, romantic interest, because I understand that not every reading is going to be about romantic interest. So you Geminis, right, you have the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. The Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, now the Tower represents all of this type of stuff came to you so suddenly. This new change, this flip, this fantastic flip, how good things are, it came to you so suddenly. Because that's how life works. When you are down for so long, right, and you really striving to make changes, and you actually are making changes, that's how it is that your life turns. Your life makes a very it makes an about face. It makes a very staunch turn. And the Queen of Pentacles over here is about how a lot of you Geminis, right, have to understand that the next thing for you to do is to just understand to enjoy your time, right? Obviously, nothing lasts forever, okay? You know what's coming after good times, new levels, new devils, like I was just talking about. But you will not go back down to the level that you were before, or how down you were before, right? Higher lows now. Even though things are going to be difficult slightly for you in the future, you're always going to bounce back and do better. And the Queen of Pentacles represents preparedness. It represents, yes, things are amazing for you right now. And the Eight of Swords represents how, regardless of whenever it is that things do get a little bit testy for you, don't start looking at it like maybe you are a failure, because that's not true at all. A lot of you Geminis just need to understand that, you know, look on the bright side. You know, like it is, I said before, this is definitely one of those readings for you where you want to sit back and enjoy yourself, because your life is making a very good turn. It is making a very convenient turn. Things are going for you the way that you want. The Four of Pentacles now is, and on top of that, you get to take care of yourself. You get to enjoy yourself. You Geminis get to, you know, be a little bit selfish, not self-centered, but be a little bit selfish in a sense that you're taking care of yourself, self-care, right? And the reason why is because you Geminis have done so much for other people. It's like, you know, you finally are able to really get a break instead of just having to feel like you got to rip and run around to pacify other people, or to maybe not even pacify, but to take care of other people, right? Putting out other people's fires instead of you putting out your own. And then the thing is that the Knight of Cups now represents how finally other people are checking you out, trying to put out your fires for a change, which is great. Like I said, this whole reading is amazing. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. do. So to clarify the Eight of Pentacles, you Geminis have the Two of Swords, the Chariot, the Temperance, the Queen of, the Empress, and the Eight of Swords. Very interesting, because the Two of Swords and the Chariot represents things are going great. A lot of you Geminis have, friends and family, like I said, and romantic interests that are coming back into your life. It's just that you Geminis may be a little bit skeptical of that, but you shouldn't be, right? Because those people, maybe some of those people were already in your life in the first place. It's just that you Geminis were keeping certain things from them. Or maybe they knew, right? You know what I mean? You needed to go on a break, take a little bit of time for yourself. Maybe they knew why. Maybe you didn't tell them. Either way, the Eight of Pentacles represents now is a time for you Geminis at this current point in time to really not isolate yourselves. And I don't talk about isolation the way that people think I do. I'm talking about a temporary isolation or hanging out by yourselves to be able to really get to know yourself. I'm not talking about permanent isolation. Permanent isolation is too dangerous. You don't want that, right? You don't have any connections. You burn all the bridges, so to speak. You don't want that. I'm talking about trying to get to know yourself on a deeper level when I talk about isolation. The Temperance now and the Empress is about how a lot of you Geminis, right? The next thing for you to, so let me make it clear. You Geminis need to definitely enjoy all the time that you get to really be sociable and enjoy yourself. This is a celebration, okay? This is a whole celebration reading. A lot of people they're happy that you Geminis are in there, whatever created it, but they're happy that you Geminis are in their life, right? And it's your season now, Technically, it's not your birthday, but it is your season, The Temperance and the Empress is about how it is that a lot of you are, just take wisdom from this and make wise decisions. The people that are not really down for you, it still doesn't mean that you have to hang out with them, because the Empress represents don't allow yourself to get caught up. The Empress and the Eight of Swords represent you're going to have some people. This is why I say this, because even though some people are showing up with a smile on their face, some people, not everybody, listen to what I'm saying. Not everybody is going to be able to really have your back and sustain it. Some people will show up with a smile on their face, but really they're going to be on some nonsense. So a lot of you Geminis have to understand that for those people, right, because the Eight of Swords represents those people who are going to be trying to start some stuff. Stay away from those people. You do not have to associate yourself with them just because, you Geminis are familiar with them, okay? And the reason why it is that I know that is because the Empress doesn't get off of her throne for some petty nonsense. Neither should you Geminis. When somebody is trying to pull you into some sort of, or goad you into some sort of like disagreement or argument, don't you Geminis get caught up in it, because this is a celebration. This is about you and what it is that you want. This is about people appreciating the fact that you Geminis are alive and that you are a blessing to their life.